Good morning. So I thought I would get on here really quickly so I could start this off without a mask on. This weekend, starting now, Friday morning, we are going to document what it takes to put our meal plans and orders together each weekend. We get a lot of questions about this and just what it takes to prepare the hundreds of meals that we put together every weekend. And basically, so here it is Friday morning. Our order cutoff is Thursday at 7 p.m. So we've already done some of the coordinating and getting last minute changes from customers and that type of thing. And then this morning at 7 a.m. is when we can actually pull the order totals and make our plan for the weekend and that type of thing. So I'm going to be back on here talking more about this, but this will probably be the last time I can do it without a mask or a hairnet. So I wanted to kick it off that way.
The hardest part is going to be pulling it per location. We pull it total orders and then we break it down between our 3 stores plus deliveries, and we just have to make sure everything lines up and all the numbers equal the total at the end. If we mess up, we have to run around and pull food from different stores. And what was the next question?
Okay, we're back in the office again. We're going to check in with Carrie Lynn and see what's happening at this point. Okay, we also shut the door to get a little bit better sound quality because the Vitamix is running like crazy. Okay, so what are you up to now?
Right now, I have broken down everything we can make for the weekend production: sauce, meals, breakfast, and I'm figuring out total quantities. We have an order tally where I put in what we need for orders, what we need for the fronts, and I find a total.
She's also got to figure out what we're going to make each day. Like, we will make obviously some things on Saturday and some things on Sunday, and we'll do whatever we can to get ahead of that on Friday. Okay, I've stepped out of the kitchen for just a minute so that it's a little quieter. So around this time of day, I think it's just after 10, Carrie Lynn gets the prep list done, which means that she has finished not only deciding how much of each recipe we're gonna make over the weekend, but then we run it through this macro that tells us how much of each raw ingredient we need for those recipes. We also do that to order supplies earlier in the week, but we do a final check for produce on Friday, and then our prep team also starts prepping all of the produce. So I'm gonna show you some of that as we go through the day also, but I just wanted to explain a little bit how that works. I just wanted to jump in here and ask if y'all have noticed the music in the kitchen today. I don't know if you have your sound on or not, but we usually just listen to the same Pandora playlist, and everybody has added music to it over time, and it's on shuffle. It's great because there's a lot of variety, but it also means we end up listening to Christmas music and all kinds of stuff. And it's interesting because you would think we might skip that since it's March, but everybody's busy and working, and we just listen to whatever comes on, but it's entertaining.
The most important thing is making sure that everything's set up for tomorrow. Saturday is typically our busiest day in the kitchen, and so we want to just make sure that everything is ready to go so we can hit the ground running in the morning.
Okay, I'm back. It's very early Saturday morning, and we're going to do more behind the scenes today. But right now I am waiting in front of Josh's house. He's one of our cooks, and I'm giving him a ride to work. He usually rides his bike, but he's had a problem with it the last couple weeks. And Carrie Lynn has been at the kitchen for probably a few hours. When I get there, I'm going to check in on what she's been doing, and then we'll document the rest of the day. Sis, what are you up to?
I am in the process of rolling 1 million enchiladas. Basically, I just weigh out, I get the math to figure out how much goes in each one. And you just roll it up, stick it in a pan, and put sauce on the whole thing, and then you're done.
All right, Josh, what are you up to?
I am making tortilla soup right now. I got a couple of pots on the range, and I'm slicing tortillas to get them ready to go in at the end.
Carolyn, what are you up to?
I am getting the marinara, the baby cheese, and most everything ready to portion out 9.5 cans of lasagna.
All right, what is up, Sam?
I am doing the classic lasagna, and I'm currently doing all the layers. So it's always a layer of the sauce, and then the next layer will be noodles, and then the next layer after that will be our basil cheese, which has basil, obviously, some spices, nutritional yeast and cashews, and then we use our filling, which is zucchini, spices, mushrooms.
Look at all those veggies.
Yeah. So.
Hey, Carolyn, what are you up to?
We just finished the tartar mixing, and we are splitting it up to get the temp. We have to get it down to 41 degrees in 6 hours. So that is why we're splitting it up into the thin layer.
All right, Keanu, what are you up to?
I'm getting all the vegetables prepped for spring roll bowl.
Okay, Shannon, what are you doing now?
So now I'm just getting all of the portioned meals into crates. We put them in crates and keep them in the walk-in until we're ready to meal pack. That way everything stays organized and cold in a way.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about this process, the process that we use for organizing the crates and how we put the food away.
So we organize all of the crates by location. So right now I'm crating the food for this location, Lake Highlands. We separate them out into locations and deliveries. So when we're ready to meal pack, everything is accounted for, and we make sure that we have the right number of meals for all of the customers for each individual location. I have a few over here.
Okay, so we have made it through most of Saturday. It's getting close to 3 o'clock. And that means that at this point, most of the food that was made today has been cooled and portioned out and labeled and dated and crated. And then we're gonna transport some of it to our Plano and Preston Forest stores, the food that we're gonna sell in those stores, not anything that we're gonna pack for orders. And then tomorrow we will cook just a little bit more, and we will also do wraps and salads. But for the rest of the day today, we still need to finish prepping for tomorrow, and just once again make sure that we're all set up. And there's still a lot of dishwashing happening at this point. We've got 2 people washing dishes, and that's pretty much where we will end Saturday at about 5 o'clock. I just wanted to add that the reason that we try to wrap up at this time of day is there's a lot of cleaning to do for one thing, but also some weeks we don't always know exactly what we're going to have in order volume, and it's spring break this week, so it's a light week. But if we did have a week that was unexpectedly large, which we love, then we would need the next couple hours just to finish portioning food and getting it ready to either sell or pack into orders. What else is left to do today?
Right now we're just working on daily tasks, getting everything cleaned and reset, making sure we're ready for the day tomorrow, for the opening food tomorrow.
Okay, one other part of getting ready for Sunday is to prepare for actually packing the orders. So I've got this stack of packing slips that are organized about 20 or 25 per pack, which is how many we'll do per person in each round, and I'll explain more of that tomorrow. It's to minimize the amount of time that the food is out of refrigeration during the packing process. I wish we could use less paper to do that, but we haven't figured out a way to do that yet. And then I've also got printouts for delivery that are organized by route and in order by that route to make sure that we can get all the deliveries done in time tomorrow afternoon. And that should definitely not be a problem this week. Sometimes we run about 15 minutes late on the last one. Okay, good morning. It is almost 4 a.m. and I've been getting in the kitchen early on Sunday for years. Well, since Nature's Plate started, sometimes not quite this early. And it is the only day of the week that Marianne and I both get up this early and get in the kitchen at this point. And one of the only days that we are always here. Alexis even runs the shift now. I don't run the shift anymore, but we're still here. It's Carrie Lynn's day off, which is important because she runs Friday and Saturday, which, as you've seen, are big days. So we do not want her to work on Sunday. So we're here to finish up all the food that we need for orders, which mainly what we do on Sunday morning are wraps and salads, and we make a couple other things because we want the wraps and salads to be as fresh as possible. But we'll do the prep associated with that and then put those together, and then we will actually pack orders. What's going on this morning?
So this is my first Sunday back since I fell and broke my wrist. Not fully operational, but I'm doing the best I can. I didn't want to miss out on all of the fun of Annette posting all these videos, so I decided to come back today. Right now I'm mixing up the dry mix for pancake muffins, and I'm about to make, I think, about 70 pancake muffins.
Okay, Annette, what are you doing?
Okay, I am making kale salad. So first of all, yesterday we stripped the kale. We always figure out how much we can do ahead of time. And then I washed it and chopped it up this morning. And now I've added the dressing to it, which is tahini and lemon juice and garlic and salt and pepper, and that's it. We used to use olive oil in it, but the tahini works really well. And now I am massaging it, which is a really important step because it softens it, and that's why we put the dressing on ahead of time, because the combination of those two things softens kale, and obviously kale is pretty tough when you first start out. So this will take a few minutes, and then I'll portion it out and add the topping.
Awesome. Okay, we don't have music on yet this morning. I think we're all kind of sleepy. So I think I can talk out here and y'all can hear me, but just kind of what is in process at this point in the morning. Keanu's getting applesauce oatmeal ready to go on the range right there. We do cook a couple things, one breakfast and one meal on Sunday just to maximize shelf life. And then Marianne is working on BLT salads right here. So that's arugula, and then we've got tempeh bacon. And Alexis is chopping up all of the lettuce for wraps and salads. So we're gonna put those together here in a while too. So from about 4 a.m., it depends on the week, but usually 4 a.m. till 8:30 a.m., we finish up all of the food prep that we need to do for the week and the portioning of the order and crating of the individual orders. And then at 8:30, by 8:45 for sure, we need to have the kitchen clean, and we're going to start packing orders. And then we pack Preston Forest first, then we pack Plano, then we pack deliveries, then we pack Lake Highlands. And that will all that part of it will wrap up by about 11:30, and then we make a run down to Lucky Mouth Grocery at 10:30 and start doing deliveries right after that. And we have the delivery routes all mapped out ahead of time. Okay, so Heather is picking this order, or pulling it from the food that we stocked in the kitchen, and then Alexis is packing. So that means that as Alexis places we've had one check from Heather, and now Alexis is checking the items off on the packing slip as she puts them into bags. So that's our second check of that order to make sure that everything is accurate. And obviously we try to do this as quickly as possible, but the most important thing is that we get the orders right, because then they go out to each individual store, or even more so for delivery, there's no way to correct the order at that point. And then we also check off the orders as we pack them to make sure that we don't miss a full order. Hi, one more video. Just to wrap this up, I want to thank you for watching this. We truly appreciate your business, and we appreciate your interest in what we do. And if you have any questions, you can ask them here. You can message us, but I'm also gonna set up a link where you can ask them publicly so other people can see the answers too. And we'll be putting this whole thing together to put it on YouTube. The last thing I wanna say is how grateful Marianne and I are for our team. We talk about this all the time, but as you can see, they work really hard, and it's just, we're just grateful every day that we have such a wonderful group of people to do this with. Thank you for watching.